It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up next, it's a cross-conference showdown. It's the Jets and the 49ers on Monday Night Prime Time.
Well, they don't call them the faithful for nothing, Brock. Fans numbering 70,000 strong have made the trek to Santa Clara, and they're ready to cheer on their 49ers here at Levi's Stadium. With Brock Hewitt up in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. What a great opening week to the NFL season it has been so far. And Brock, tonight's contest officially closing out week one. You know these teams are happy to have the big spotlight to begin their seasons.
Yeah, a bit of added energy and juice in the building. Added challenge at the same time, too, Kate. They are amped up. Okay, they've watched everybody else get a chance to play, and now all eyes are on them. Brings some added pressure, no question. And we'll get to see which team can rise to the occasion.
It's our Monday night opener for the season. Both teams are set up, and off we go. Israel Abanikanda on the return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. They're led out by the four-time MVP who's been in this league since 2005, Aaron Rodgers.
I got a smile on my face. I know he has a smile on his face as he runs out with a new season ripe with every possibility. This is only the first scene of a 4.5-month movie where he could be playing the part of the league MVP, maybe leading a legit contender into the postseason. How he starts this campaign, though, or how you start, can have a massive impact on how things play out.
He'll start this one out with Hall, and he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
From the 34. That's to the sideline. It's a catch by Williams. And he's able to move it past the 45 before going out. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. New set of downs for him from the 46. To the air here on first down, Rodgers. Throwing the out route complete. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. But I'll tell you what, these tight ends of today, the way they can run and break tackle.
Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Talanoa Hufanga makes the play. And the 49ers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. And bringing them out, you cannot call him irrelevant ever again. Took his team to the Super Bowl last year. It's Brock Purdy.
It's the dawn of a new season, Kate, with all the promise in the world ahead of he and his squad. And this is where all that off-season planning, the reps in camp, the sweat, the blood, the tears come into play. And you really don't want to stumble out the gate. You want to be the horse who jumps to the front right away and let everybody try to chase you down.
Purdy throwing here to start. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game. That was intended for Deebo Samuel. And now it's second down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tackle made by Chuck Clark. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Short pass brought in. And that will not be enough for a first down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, In a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And it'll be Jets football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. That's caught. He finds Alan Lazard. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
New set of downs for him at the 38. On 1st down, here comes Hall. Free up the middle, it's a breakaway! He will go! Touchdown, New York! The Jets take a 6-0 lead in the 1st quarter. Breece Hall with the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Point after converted by Zerline. And the Jets take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Fielded at the 7. And look at this return. And an excellent return here sets them up almost at midfield. San Francisco headed out for its 2nd possession of the game. Their 1st drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punt, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their 2nd drive. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's able to get it past midfield and down into the Jets side. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
They put a receiver in motion here left. From the 46. That throw finds Kittle. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 now. Caught by Deebo Samuel. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. From the gun, McCaffrey. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Going run again with McCaffrey. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the gun is Purdy. And he will score. It's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. Here's Abanikanda on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Rodgers will look to throw. Quick slant, that's Williams. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
2nd and 1. That's complete to Wilson. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. It's a gain of 4 there. And it'll give the Jets a first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. First down throw by Rodgers. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Tackle made by Jair Brown.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Wilson's got it. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. From the gun, it's Hall. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Has a man, it's Tyler Conklin. And he gets a small chunk there before he's touched down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. So now they have 3rd and short. Rodgers here from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short. Bass's kick is good. There's a flag down, and if this is defensive, could give him a first down.
roughing the kicker. Defense.
Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a first down. So now then, after the penalty, this is first and goal. From the shotgun, Rodgers. Cut near the goal line. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown yet. He's out of bounds.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
So we're down to 3 quarters remaining in our opening weekend of football. Both teams neck and neck so far. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. Back now for the second quarter, and the Jets, they've got to look towards that end zone. Throwing again, it's Rodgers. Hall there to haul it in. Touchdown, New York! So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Zerline with the extra point. And the Jets break that tie and now lead by 7. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. He fields it from the 8. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The 49ers are ready to go on offense, and we'll get a look at Deebo Samuel. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
They've got first down from the 31. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Into the hands of Kittle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. Shotgun snap for Purdy. That finds Ayuk, complete. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Wrapped up on that play by big Quinnen Williams. And the Jets in the dime for this third down. Purdy throwing here. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a 49er first down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball. Okay, hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
First down, ball at the 36. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Kittle brings it in. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
And he'll be met near the line to limit the game to a yard. Out to a halt by C.J. Mosley. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They stick with McCaffrey. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes them back quite a ways. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Looking to throw, Purdy. That's taken in by Samuel. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
And he drives this forward to the 6. It's a 6-yard gain that sets up first and goal.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Now Purdy. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, San Francisco. A second touchdown through the air for Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
On is Moody for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers tie things up at 14. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. Xavier Gibson now to return. He's popped at the end of that one. Painful end to a real solid return there. The Jets out to begin another drive. And with each team coming off a touchdown and scoring well early on, we've got the makings of a barn burner here, Brock, if they can keep this up.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, as an offense, it doesn't mean you over-try, but you just know, hey, man, our defense having a hard time slowing them down, and we've got to step on that accelerator.
It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. And now they face second down. Play action with Rodgers. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Give him 13 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York first down. They'll throw again. Rodgers. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Dre Greenlaw picks it off. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Thrown with the depth where linebackers coming to play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
On is Moody for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers break that tie and now lead by 7. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick-6. Gibson now to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Jets have their offense ready to go again. And they're a touchdown back, Brock, as they take over down 21-14. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Rodgers coming back after the pick. Throw complete to Williams. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Throwing on first down, Rodgers. Finds him over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. This is ahead for about 5. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Here's 2nd and 5. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
He's on the move, and he can't escape. They drop him to the turf. Got a flag down, though, from early indications. I think this might be on the offense. So march it forward after they accept the penalty.
Automatic first down.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from the home of the faithful. The Jets at a disadvantage on the scoreboard. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he drives this forward to the 6.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets earn the chance to tie before halftime. Mike Williams, the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Point after converted by Zerline. And the Jets tie this game at 21. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The 49ers headed back out on offense as we get another look at Brock Purdy. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Purdy throwing here on first. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Looking for the back that time. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3. From the gun is Purdy. That throw finds Kittle. And he'll push this upfield and earn that with a new set of downs.
want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Looking to throw. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
He'll throw it. Headed out right. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. We've hit halftime in our first Monday night contest of the season. Now we'll toss things to Jonathan Coachman in our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and the old quarterback momentarily. But first, let's give everyone a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown.
Gonna have to make those halftime adjustments on the fly today. We're skipping right through to the start of the third quarter. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The 49ers offense ready to get to work to begin this third quarter. And this is an important drive to get momentum back after that touchdown tied things up. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Purdy to throw it. Brought in by Ayuk. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. And get an even 10 on that play. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a 49er first down. McCaffrey running between the tackles. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Purdy setting up that play action. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap for Purdy. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play. Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. The Jets and Aaron Rodgers headed back out on offense. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. First and 10 now from the 30. Rodgers to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Into the hands of Conklin. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
The defenders are there to get him at the line. Talanoa Hufanga there to make the play. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
2nd and 10 now. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. Without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness. Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. Now here's Rodgers. Finds his target hole. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
I got to be honest, it hurts a little extra when it comes on 3rd down, but it really doesn't matter what down it is. If a completed pass is stopped at the line of scrimmage offensively, that's a failure. Defensively, that's a success.
Bass's kick is good. And that will tie things up in the 3rd.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Return starts at the 9. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on him. Ball at the 33 for first down. Now a give, McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. Some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
First down, and they go right back to it. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Quincy Williams making the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Changing things up, they're going to throw now. Got a man, McCaffrey has it. And they had that one contained right at the line. Quincy Williams making the tackle. 5 DBs out there for the Jets, 3rd down. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. On 3rd down, Purdy. Left side, and it's intercepted. Quincy Williams has it. Well, great team defense here. Somebody hit him in there, caused that pass to float on him a bit, and it gave the linebacker time to race in and make the interception.
And you know what team stands for, right? T-E-A-M. Together, everyone achieves more. It took all of them together. Took that rush to impact the quarterback. It took that linebacker to deliver on the other end, a critical takeaway.
The Jets ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. Hall running between the tackles. A lot of grass ahead. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on 1st down? And a fresh set of downs on its way. To the line we go. They're set 1st and 10. Williams with a quick pass out wide. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Diamador Lenore there on the stop. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Working out of the gun. It's Rodgers. Completed to his running back. And this is down all the way to the 3. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain. Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. It's been a high-scoring game so far, but we're still tied 24-all to begin the final frame. They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Throwing once again, Rodgers escapes the puck, and he carries it in for the touchdown. The Jets take a 4th quarter lead. Aaron Rodgers with the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Returning it from the 4. Returns looking good so far. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He'll get this complete to Jennings. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On 1st and 10, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, McCaffrey. And they make the tackle at the 28-yard line. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. From the 28. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Jets will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense, and this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
The Jets are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Rodgers here from the gun. Got Williams, and it's he's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out. They got 24 yards on the play, and it's good enough for a New York 1st down. From the shotgun, Rodgers. That's brought in by Lazard. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Again, Rodgers. Coughlin brings it in. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. That one gains 7. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down. Hall takes it straight ahead. Oh, stiff arm. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's Hall. Is in for the New York touchdown. The Jets go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. Breece Hall with the touchdown. His 3rd total score in this game. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Zerline with the extra point. And the Jets double their lead to 14.
49ers 24.
Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Return starts at the 3. So here come the 49ers on offense. And Brock, I know the goal is always points every drive, but I think just as big a goal, gotta play clean football here. You cannot give it away for a third consecutive possession.
Yeah, we call that rebuilding some confidence in yourself as a group, right? Just to execute without the mistakes. Pros, you can shake off a turnover with ease, but back-to-back, even the seasoned vets have a little trouble getting past that.
Purdy throwing here on first. Finds him on the crossing route. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Into the hands of Kittle. And he's able to get it past midfield and down into the Jets side. Running back sent in motion. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And the Jets get it back after making their third first-half interception. Oh, man, Brock, somebody, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. Caught by Lazard. And he's able to get this down to the 36. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 36. That throw finds Coughlin. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Play fake. It's Rodgers. Has it down close. And that's a New York touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Zerline on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets stretch their lead to 21.
49ers 24.
Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Returnable from the 2. Returns looking good so far. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. Now out comes the San Francisco offense. And this drive would be a win if they can just hang on to the football, Brock, coming off those back-to-back turnovers. Purdy on first down. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Purdy picking up the pace. 1st and 10, looking to throw. That throw finds Kittle. And he's out of bounds after reaching the 40. He picks up 15 on the play. And it brings up a San Francisco first down. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week 1 as their medical staff heads out to check on him. To throw again, it's Purdy. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
That's another 49er first down. First and 10 at the 20.
First down throw by Purdy. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he'll go down here at the 16. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Connecting on the slant. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. That's incomplete. Trying to set up the screen there. This one intended for the running back. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up. From the gun is Purdy. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Now the 49ers deciding to keep the offense on the field. They're going for 2. He's throwing for it. And he can't bring it in. They don't get the 2 points.
Going to be a little armchair quarterback after that call. Looked like the defense knew exactly what was coming.
Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. Here's Abanikanda on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Jets offense now set to take over. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays that followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
They'll start this one out with Hall. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Here's Hall once more. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. Give on second to Hall. And he drives it up past the 45. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down. Now looking to throw with Rodgers. That's caught for the first. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Ball at the 33 for first down. This is Hall. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. So it's a road win for the Jets. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a well-earned win for the Jets, as we'll see you next time from Santa Clara.